Hello, Aquarius. So before we begin your reading, I have two cards for you, and I really like what you pulled here, and I think this is almost perfect for you. So from My Vampire, you pulled Enlightenment, Inspiration, Epiphany, and Innovation. This card is saying that there will be a shift in your thinking right now and a breakthrough regarding difficult situations. And this is also about making time to listen to your inner guidance, which will have bright ideas for you right now. And then when you look at that with instinct, yeah. So instinct from chakra wisdom is telling you to let go of all other senses but pure instinct. And I love it. It's like you're following who you are perfectly here. Aquarius has great inspiration, and not only that, but they share that with others as well. So I love this here. I feel like if you follow your instincts here with what new ideas are coming to you, you're going to create some pretty big things. The energy coming through. Now, when you talk about enlightenment and having breakthroughs regarding difficult situations, and you look at the Two of Swords being the signifier, here is saying that you're blinding yourself to a situation. But, you know, again, it's like you're going to have this breakthrough, but you need to follow your instincts here. So the Two of Swords to me is like not being able to make a clear decision. And again, it's like you're blindfolded and not seeing the situation in front of you, or not wanting to make a decision right now. Past coming through, yeah, that's like inaction. So the Four of Swords, you know, and this could be you taking a break and taking some time to meditate and think about what it is that you're doing. But, you know, this could also show you being like emotionally guarded right now. And maybe that's why there's this feeling of needing to stop and meditate for a minute. You know, which is good to see, because when you look at enlightenment, yeah, those are the times when those inspirations come to us, when we're taking that reflective moment. Oh, and in the present, that's really nice to see. But it's like, you know, what decision do you make here that's going to lead to this wish fulfillment? So the Nine of Cups, you know, is wish fulfillment. This is indulgence, abundance, and emotional fulfillment. And it's like, that's where your focus is right now. But it's like, what do you do to create that, you know? And again, it's like you're taking a minute to really think about what it is that you want to do here. Because clearly, you know, this is saying that you'll have wish fulfillment and emotional fulfillment at that. And, you know, when you look at the Two of Swords being guarded emotionally, yeah, that's good to see. I mean, that's where you want your focus to be. Oh, wow. Future conditions. Look at that. So, death. Yeah, you know, I looking at that, death is one of those cards where, you know, you really don't have a choice. You're going to have to go through this. But, you know, remember here that this is all about transformation and creating yourself anew. And it's like you're going to have a breakthrough regarding that. And it may be on a spiritual level, especially with seeing the Four of Swords there, you know, and thinking about meditating for a minute, you know. But still, there's this feeling about, you know, like, what do I do here? But it's like you have this breakthrough that comes to you. And again, with death, this is you rising from the ashes and creating yourself anew. And definitely when you go through the death cycle, you want to follow your instincts too. Especially when it comes to the new ideas that may be coming to you out of this here. You know, where you're taking a minute to really think about things. You might find that enlightenment. The best path to follow. Now, this isn't the first time that I've seen this here in this position. When I see the Knight of Pentacles there, it's like putting in some hard work. That knight is looking at that pentacle, or that page, I'm sorry, is looking at that pentacle going, what can I do to create more? You know, this is about having the backbone to do tedious work. But the thing with this page is that for me, when I see him, it's like needing to remember that not everything is about work, and needing to make some time to play here, you know, because clearly it's like there's some interchange going on, you know, and your focus is on emotional fulfillment, but it's like, what do I do to get there, you know? And you're wanting to create that for sure, and you're willing to do the work involved, but, you know, are you focusing too much on what it is that you want, you know, and maybe not really being clear on it? I mean, you know, it's one thing when you're looking to create something new in your life, but if you're not clear on what it is that you want, you know, anything can happen. But definitely there's this like meditative period here where, and I like where it leads you, like this spiritual transformation. Oh, wow. In your environment, the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is conflict. And, you know, it's no wonder. It's like, man, the Five of Swords to me is the bullshit card. There's no truth there. It's all about ego. I mean, you know, what's the point of arguing if it's a no-win situation for you, right? And that being in your environment is no good. No good. Because it's like your focus is on wanting that emotional fulfillment, but there's like this conflict going on. And it's like you're needing to open your eyes to it, you know. And again, with instinct, you know, follow your instincts when it comes to what's going on here. I mean, you know, you'll be able to see that there's no truth there. You know, it's bullshit, and it's mental bullshit at that. You know, I mean, look at it. But it's good to see death there as future conditions, especially with this going on right now. It's like, you know, there's this conflict going on about, you know, what kind of wish fulfillment you're wanting to create here. Oh, your hopes and your fears. Now, to me, this is a warning. Man, you've got some hard stuff going on. So the Three of Swords and your hopes and your fears is, you know, to me, like, if you don't open your eyes here and see the situation for what it is, you're going to be heartbroken, you know, because it's like you're not wanting to take any action here to correct this between these two, you know, but you get to a point where it's like you're forced to. Man, oh man. So, you know, the Three of Swords is heartbreak and betrayal. You know, this is this feeling of separation. It's yuck. And with these together, it's like double yuck. I mean, you know, bullshit arguments and then feeling heartbroken. It's like, you're going to have to take some action here. I mean, you know, it's like instead of taking action, you know, you're taking a minute to like meditate on what it is that you need to do to create this wish fulfillment here. But there's a part of you that's like fearing having to deal with this heartbreak. And it's like you're not wanting to deal with it here. You know, but again, with enlightenment, it's like there's going to be a breakthrough for you, especially with death sitting there. Oh, and the outcome. Again, you know, you go from not taking any action here to now, yes. And look at the twos. Yeah. So the Two of Wands for me actually connects back to the Magician. Now the Magician is connected with the Aces, but we can sit and think about doing something great all we want, and all these opportunities may come to us. But if we don't take the action, those opportunities will never manifest. And here it's saying that, yeah, you're wanting to take that action now. But it's like you're needing a moment to deal with what's going on mentally with you right now. You know, whether this is somebody creating this shit in your environment right now, or if this is you doing it to yourself mentally. You know, you're taking a minute to really think about it here. What is it that you're truly wanting to experience? And then you're forced to go through this death cycle, and now you're like, okay, now I'm ready to go. That's where the breakthrough happens. You know, where you're blinding yourself here. It's like you stopped and you took a minute to really think about what it is that you want, especially with wish fulfillment showing up. Yeah, you know, if you're going to have your wishes fulfilled, what are your wishes? And it's like, that's what you're looking at here. But there's a part of you that's like fearing this like heartbreak with having to open your eyes to this situation going on here, you know, but being in your hopes and your fears doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to experience that. And it's like a part of you knows that, you know, again, it's like you're following your instincts here. It's like, you know, that this is just a fear, in that if you start taking that action after having this breakthrough here, you'll start to see the things that you want manifest. So I feel like there's this question here about what it is that you're truly wanting. Because, you know, when we have a opportunity to have our wishes fulfilled, it's like rubbing the genie's lamp. The genie comes out and you ask for something and something else completely shows up. So, here to me, it's like this is what you're wanting to experience. This is where your focus is on, which is good. But you're taking this moment to like really meditate on what it is that you really want. And you're going through this cycle, and it's like a spiritual cycle where there's this meditation and this breakthrough going on and creating yourself anew. I love it. I love it. And where you come in is like, what do I do? And that's where the question is here, and you're following your instincts by going through that meditative period and going through that death cycle so that you can start taking the action to manifest what it is that you truly want, which is great. And I really feel like the reason why this is happening now is because there's conflict going on in your environment. This, again, to me, is bullshit. It's all mental bullshit. If you're doing this to yourself, stop it. And if there's somebody in your environment doing it, I feel like they're the ones that may be creating this feeling of like betrayal. But looking at it the other way, it's like needing to take a moment to meditate about the conflict that's going on. And then you reach this breakthrough, and your best path to follow is saying, hey, we can do the work that's needed here. And it's like doubled. So whatever is going on, if you have, this bullshit conflict going on in your environment right now, I feel like you're going to reach this breakthrough. You're going to have that epiphany. And again, you're following your instincts here. But still, there's a question about what is it that you really want? I mean, clearly you want emotional fulfillment, but what does that mean for you? And that's where this comes in. It's like taking a moment to meditate on what you want and on a very deep spiritual level. I really like it, Aquarius. I really like where this is going, and I really don't feel like this is anything that will manifest because, again, it's like, you have that breakthrough, and then you start taking the action here to see what it is that you truly want.